Well, the quest for the Evan Lacey Trophy is underway, and we start at snowy Foxborough as you get a look at beautiful Gillette Stadium here in New England. We welcome you in to round one of the American Football Association playoffs. We are finally in the postseason, and we've got a matchup between the second and third seeded teams today. It is the New England Patriots playing host to the San Francisco 49ers. Good evening. Cameron here with you, as well as my partner today, Nick, will be on the call with me today. A pleasure to work with you as we start some postseason action. Nick, how are you doing? And I got to imagine you're just as excited for this game as I am.
Yep, I've called 2 Patriot games so far this season, and the Patriots are a great team to use the pass. So I'm excited to see how this Niners defense tries to stop the New England pass.
That's
But they
true. The
also have,
quarter. Yeah, exactly, my friend. You know, you talk about the pass there with Connor McAllister, a leader in that Patriot offense. Of course, you mentioned the 49ers defense. As we get ready, you'll see the Patriots will defend the north goal there as we get set to receive this kickoff. Again, let me ask you this question as we get started here for the 49ers. Do you have any key players you're looking at in this one?
I'm probably looking at either Evan Lacey or Yakisoba. They've both been playing pretty well this season, so excited to see what they do on the offense today.
Let's get this thing started. As I like to say, you're not going to want to go anywhere for the next four quarters. The 49ers will start from the 24-yard line. Let's say hello to their starting lineups. It's led by quarterback Prince Wonder. The fullback is Evan Lacey. The running backs are Truman Dunn, and as you mentioned, Yaki Soba. The wide receivers, Santiago Jaquez, Matthew Rogers, Kobe Flowers, and Chab Pontenod. As we get the first play from scrimmage, here is a throw, quick strike to Rogers, who has become his number one target, as a matter of fact, here, Nick.
Yeah, great route by the receiver there. And he's running up the seam and just finds the open lane down the field for a nice play.
First and 10, here's Wonder with a delayed handoff, but he gives it to his halfback, Truman Dunn, right up the middle. A tackle made there by the Patriots defense. Let's mention their defensive lineup. Defensive tackles, Doc McStuffins, and defensive end, O.J. Peppers. The middle linebackers are Trey Ingram and Brandon Robinson. The cornerback, Trayvon Austin. The safety is Joey Cronin. And at kicker, it's Brody Pierre. Here's Wonder to throw. Complete over the middle to Santiago Jaquez, picking up another first down.
Yeah, same kind of route running there. Great routes from the Niners play calling this game.
So for the Patriots, they come in with a record of 6-4. The 49ers a record of 4-6, but everybody's got a shot at the dance with these four teams here in this playoff setting. As we see Dunn pick up a carry for 6 yards. Snowy conditions. This is, I think, the second snow game that we've had this season. Both of them here in New England, as a matter of fact, as we see this play from scrimmage. 2nd and 4. Here is a handoff. It is Truman Dunn stopped. 3rd and 2 on the way. Nick, how will this weather play a factor in today's game?
Oh, if I'm correct, I'm pretty sure San Francisco is a warm weather state over in the Pacific. So I don't know. It could happen.
Yeah, I think that's going to be. Indeed, that's going to be one of the challenges. But right there, you see them completing on the 3rd and short with a quick drop off for a first down. You're right about that, though, Nick. This warm weather team, maybe not so familiar with the cold like the Boston area residents here, of course. And you're right. It's going to be interesting to see. You correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like this could lend itself to being a more run-heavy game as it goes on.
Yeah.
As we've got Wonder going to roll out and throw complete to Santiago Jaquez, who adjusts his body there to get the reception. 7-yard gain.
A great out route there. And he also adjusted to the ball pretty well to get that for a 7-yard gain.
2nd and 3, a very methodical drive. A very methodical drive at the moment here. Good tempo and good pacing indeed, as that's Truman Dunn, who, again, up the middle, good pushing by the big men up front. It's a first down.
First and 10. Ball at the 19.
So inside of 5 minutes remaining in this opening quarter, the opening round of the AFA Playoffs. Here's Wonder to throw. He finds Rogers complete just short of the 10-yard line. A 7-yard pickup on first down.
A great curl route there. I like the play calling that San Fran has been calling out this first drive.
It really is a great mix of run and pass, keeping the defense on their toes, no doubt. Here is another give. Back to the ground game they go. Troon and Dunn. And you know when they do that, Nick, they run the ball. That certainly lends to the defense having to stay alert to the run, and maybe it gives up a big pass play coming up.
Yeah, it could be a big pass play, or probably in the future, because it is first and goal right now.
Ball spotted at the 8-yard line. Here's the snap. Wonder with time. Going to throw. End zone tipped away. A good deflection. Harrison back there in coverage, as well as Ty Law, who had a big game last week against the Giants. And it's second and goal now coming up.
Second and goal. Ball at the 7.
As always, we'd like to thank everybody for tuning in and watching this AFA presentation right here on YouTube. Here's Wonder, gonna throw complete, has his man, and ensuring he gets the touchdown. That's Matthew Rogers, who jumps across the goal line. The 49ers strike first, Nick.
Yeah, great. He caught it on like the 1-yard line, and then just made the defender miss by diving into that end zone.
Definitely you could see his awareness there, the thought that he was definitely trying to, as you said, make the defender miss, and also just to ensure that he got into the end zone before he was tackled on the goal line. The extra point is good by Dan Dempsey, another special teams man who has been added to the roster. We love seeing that. A very good opening drive here for the San Francisco 49ers with 3:50 remaining in the first. And folks, this is where we want to remind you that, as we said, the rosters are continuing to fill, continuing to build. A lot of excitement coming for Season 2 as well. Next season is going to be a very exciting season with a lot of changes. We'll touch on those as this game goes on. This return brought out to the 25-yard line. The Patriots will get set up. Let's say hello to the Patriots starting lineup, led by quarterback number 10, Cannon McAllister. The big fullback, Thaddeus Bubba Rigg, and the running backs, the Big Stepper and Matt Jackson. The wide receivers are Jebediah Butters, Kool-Aid, Marley Cush, and a tight end, Quinchester Baggins. As it's first and 10, the 25-yard line. Here's McAllister, got a big arm on him, finds his man Butters quickly for another first down right off the bat. So tell us what you see there, Nick.
I just see a cool route. Number 88 catches it, and then it's the first down.
Jebediah Butters has certainly been somebody that is very instrumental in picking up the big play, somebody that Cannon McAllister can rely on. And we've seen that this entire season. Marley Cush goes in motion from left to right. On first attempt, the snow now falling heavily here. The visibility getting tougher as the Big Stepper with a screen pass out of the backfield picks up a good gain here on second down. Let's look at McAllister for a minute, Nick, a guy who's got a very reliable arm on him.
Yeah, 4,000 yards last season. That's a great number. Like, if you get 4,000 yards and only throw 10 touchdowns, you're looking for a great award right there.
And everybody is chasing that Evan Lacey trophy, the AFA Championship trophy. Going to be very exciting. Here's the Big Stepper now on a run, weaves through traffic, and picks up the first down.
Great blocking, great run to just get the first down and move the chains.
Yeah, moving out close to midfield now, and you're indeed right about that, Nick. Great blocking out front. This is a good offensive line that protects McAllister. Here is another run by the Big Stepper. Again, there's that blocking. Jebediah Butters out front providing a big block to number 88 there. I hope we get a chance to see the replay, as that really did spring the Big Stepper for a big run. And I know you've seen that too, Nick. So on this replay here, take a look at this block by 88 out front.
Yeah. 15 was there too to send that defender back. Because if
That's
he
right.
wasn't there, that was not getting that almost 30 yards that it got.
Yeah, you've seen Butter spring a block as well as Kool-Aid. You're right about that. So the wide receivers doing their job blocking out front for the big stepper who has some great speed. And, we talked about the run game will be very, very busy here during this game with these potential conditions we have that continue to set in here. That pass incomplete, a little too much for Quinchester Baggins.
With the coverage.
Yeah. He thought he was going to keep going, but he just stopped. So he went right past him.
Yeah, a little hesitation on that route. Right after this play, we will introduce the 49ers starting defense. McAllister with another good pocket, but pressure in his face. He throws. It is complete. Touchdown. How about Kool-Aid, who takes it to the house for 6? There was pressure in McAllister's face, but he delivers a perfect football.
Yeah. Great corner route by the offensive coordinator for New England. Get Kool-Aid wide open, and he can walk right into the touchdown.
And you see the pressure that starts to develop, and then a nice throw by McAllister there in between the vicinity of two 49er defenders, and that is a great response for the Patriots. This is something as we see Brody Pierre come on to attempt the extra point. This is something, Nick, that my other co-partner, DJ Kilgannon, and I have talked about. When you get to the playoffs, yes, it is all 4 teams. Even, if you had a tough regular season, you know what? You can forget that, and you come in here and everybody's 0-0 on the win-loss record. For a team like San Francisco, who was on the losing end more often than the winning end, I think that gives them an added boost here.
Yeah, they're playing with something to win for. So all teams are.
Exactly. Absolutely, brother. A good point there. They're in the postseason. They've probably made all the adjustments that they can possibly make. And now, it's the product you got, right? That you got to put out there and see if you can win with it. They have a good opening drive to start things. They scored on it. They moved the ball in the snow very well. They'll start from their 27-yard line with 1:42 remaining in this first quarter. Here is Wonder under center. Quick drop back, and he is going to go down. It's the middle linebacker, Trey Ingram, who gets in the backfield quickly.
Yeah, great blitz call by the defensive coordinator there. Just send the linebacker and go get the sack.
Yeah, indeed, brother. Just like you see, here comes the pressure again. Wonder, though, rolls out to buy some time, throws back across his body for a wide receiver screen, and it goes backwards. Another loss of 4 yards. Truman Dunn, the wide receiver. But again, that was Ingram with the second straight big play for a loss.
Yeah, Ingram's like, I know you guys are talking about me. Let's get it some more. 2 straight negative plays for this Patriots defense.
Yeah, it seems to be the case. You start talking about them, and it's just like they got this sixth sense. They know they go out and make another big play. Now trips to the right. It is 3rd and 18 for the 49ers. Here's Prince Wonder. Back to pass, going to throw deep. It's tipped away. Incomplete. And that is how that drive's going to end. It was the free safety, Joey Cronin, number 45, who tipped that ball away. So, Nick, as good as an opening drive, it was for the 49ers, this second drive couldn't have gone much worse. Here is a punt. As they'll punt this one away, the Patriots should have pretty good field position here, and they actually will start this drive from the 46-yard line.
A great coverage there on the punt return. Not letting the receiver get any yards.
It was a really good job indeed. You're right. For whatever reason, there was no fair catch called for, so that hit was all good. So McAllister gonna throw that pass complete. Oh, that was contested, nearly intercepted, but Butters comes up with it at the end.
Yeah, Jebediah Butters at receiver has been very great for New England this season.
He really has. He has done a fantastic job as McAllister throws a little out route, Good hands by Marley Cush. Short of the first, it's 3rd and 3.
Kwame Lassiter with the tackle.
Yeah, great out route, like you were saying. Just perfect play calling from this Patriots team.
And with that, one quarter is in the books. It's playoff time in the American Football Association, and both these teams have showed up. They're ready to show out. 49ers and Pats tied at 7. You're watching the AFA on YouTube. Cameron Duty here with my buddy Nick in the booth today, as well as we'd like to thank our AFA Commissioner Brady White and his staff for, again, putting on this fantastic league. What a show we're about to put on this postseason. Here's the big stepper with a carry, a first down, good blocking, springing him wide open. It's down the sidelines and one man to beat. It was Armani Lassiter who made the big shove at the end to keep him out of the end zone.
Yeah, again, with the great blocking, the O-line, the receivers, everyone hit their blocks to let Big Stepper run down that field.
And he's got speed when he gets out front. Let's introduce this 49ers defense quickly. The middle linebackers are Kevon Lurkland and Josh Pottenod. The cornerbacks, Prince Wonder and Benjamin Simpson. The safeties are Storm Duck and Armani Lassiter. And also in special teams, the kicker is Dan Dempsey. 1st and goal, and as you said, Nick, at the 8-yard line. Quick drop back, and that pass is almost intercepted, tipped away by the cornerback Prince Wonder. He had hands all over it. You got to think maybe if this wasn't so snowy, he may have been able to bring that one in for the interception.
Yeah. The ball is getting slippery, as we can see.
And that snow just continuing to add to the treacherous field conditions here. It's already slick and wet and now starting to freeze. So they give it to the big stepper who bounces left side, and it's an open field tackle by Storm Duck that keeps him out of the end zone. But they are right there, Nick, just a couple inches to go for the touchdown.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if they ran a fullback dive up the middle with Bubba.
Now they go a toss play instead of Bubba Rig. They give it to the big stepper to finish it off. They give it to the guy to finish what he started, and the Patriots jump out to the first lead of the game.
Yep, great blocking. They even fooled me there. I thought they were, when they put Thaddeus Bubba in the backfield, I thought they were handing it to him.
But, yeah, you're exactly right. Nick Bubba Rig is somebody who they have very much wanted to use in this side of the field, as you said, right down along the goalpost. And this time they throw him for a block, and you're right. It completely stumps the 49ers defense, and the Patriots take a 7-point lead, as we said, 14-7 with 7 minutes remaining in this second quarter.
You know what? You want to know what, Cameron? Guess what I'm excited for?
What would that be?
I'm excited for the Season 2 draft that's coming up.
Yes, yes.
2 new teams coming into this league. Steelers and the Cowboys.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Those are things that some of the exciting things that we want to mention as this broadcast goes on, and that's one of them, as you said, the Season 2 draft, folks. It's not too early to start thinking about next season, that's for sure, especially if you want to get in on the action. You're right, Nick. 2 new teams coming into the fold. That's right, the Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that is going to be a lot of fun, combining their 2 teams with the 4 existing teams here in the AFA. It's going to be a lot of fun. Look at this run by Troon and Dunn. Kind of reminds you of what the Big Stepper did on his previous drive.
Yeah.
And what's
and
that?
Brandon's putting up some great blocks here.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, you know, when you can do 7 yards on first down, that's always a good thing.
It opens the playbook for new plays.
2nd and 3. Here up the middle again, they give to Troon and Dunn, who's been a workhorse this entire season. He pushes the football past the 40-yard line.
First and 10. Ball at the 49ers, 40-yard line.
So 1st and 10. Little extra protection there on the line over to the left side. Wonder going to throw right. It's complete to Matthew Rogers. Now it's a foot race as they went for the interception. There's nobody to chase him down. Touchdown, 49ers.
Just as you said, they tried to get the interception, did not, and let Matthew Rogers run down the edge of the field for a touchdown.
And you know who that was, Nick? That was Ty Law, who jumped on the coverage. Someone who had a handful of interceptions last week against the New York Giants. He kind of bit on the ball there, trying to jump the route, missed it, and then Matthew Rogers on to the house for 6. And San Francisco coming out here as Dempsey's extra point is good, but Nick, San Francisco looks like a different team than what we've seen in the regular season.
Yeah. I mean, that fire we were talking about earlier.
Indeed. So you start to see, playoff football, the stakes are higher, and these, and maybe even the weather is helping the 49ers kind of slow down this very aggressive defense of the Patriots, as this one is fielded inside the 5, brought back out. A huge shot, as that was I believe that was Law indeed on the return there, and he gets blasted at the 28-yard line. So you're right, Nick, as you mentioned, things that we'll be continuing to announce as this game goes on. Folks, stick around at halftime. We'll be talking about some of the big announcements. We've already mentioned 2 expansion teams that are going to be added to the AFA, as you see Thaddeus Bubba Rigg, who gets his first carry of the day for 2 yards.
Yep, great blocking there, as we've seen the entire game.
Ball at the Patriots 30-yard line.
5:35 remaining here in this second quarter. 2 receivers to the right. Now you see motion. That is Kool-Aid, who already has a touchdown on the day. They give it to Bubba Rigg. Bowling over defenders, but finally the third one that comes in. That's Storm Duck, able to get him up around the shoulder pads and rein him in. It's 3rd and 6 for New England.
3rd and 6.
I think I'm drawing a correlation right now. I feel like good blocking gets bigger plays.
Absolutely. Here's McAllister going to throw down the seam and almost throws the interception. That's our Monty Lassiter, who has been an interception machine since he joined the 49ers a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't know if McAllister wanted to force that in or not, but he almost threw the first pick of the game.
Yeah, forced it in maybe there just a little bit. Then you wonder if the weather had any type of effect on it.
Yeah.
And then we see a return here, as that's Yaki Soba. Brings this one out to the 38-yard line. So the 49ers defense able to do a nice job and quite simply get the ball back on the 38-yard line. If you can slow down this Patriots offense, you've done your homework, and so far San Francisco doing a good job. Look how heavy this snow is here. As Prince Wonder with a good pocket throws into double coverage. A scary throw there, because for just a moment it looked as if that may have been intercepted as well. Law and Harrison in on the coverage.
Yeah, but he did throw on the side of the field that he has his 2 touchdowns on, so maybe he knew what he was
You
trying
start
to
to see, Nick, I think the thing, and that's a great point that you bring up, is the fact that maybe the Patriots are starting to get wise to him going to that side of the field because they're double teaming the receivers now. As we got to give up the middle. That is done once more. Picks up 5 on 3rd down. But you do bring a good point up there. He goes to that right side, and now they're starting to put 2 Patriot defenders over there in coverage. It's 3rd and 5. Trips to the left. They keep it on the ground. Nothing there. Not wanting to force it through the air. And that is a big stop. 4th and 3 coming. The 49ers will have to punt. The Patriots defense does their job.
as you said. Now we're up for the third punt of the game.
The defense is starting to settle in a little bit. Here is a good punt as it is fielded and returned across the 20 down to the 24-yard line. And the Patriots now with a chance, 3:53 remaining in this half. They would love nothing more, Nick, than to be able to take this clock down and use the majority of the time here without giving the ball back.
Yeah, because then they could get double scores because they get the ball first coming out of half.
Good point to make indeed as they hand it off here. The big stepper taking the long way around, bounces it out left side, and picks up the first down. What a great piece of running there.
Yep, his ball carrier vision is pretty great there. Get outside.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. The outside, they're bouncing it out 60 yards on the day already. So it's 1st and 10, 3:33 remaining here, tied at 14. 1st and 10, here's McAllister going to throw. That is complete to Jebediah Butters, who now turns upfield and has to actually, it takes 3 49er defenders to bring the big man down. Big play on first.
Yeah. Great route running by Jebediah Butters. Just stops right there where there's no defenders, takes it up and out.
And you see them try to chase him down. That's Storm Duck back there, the free safety, who is able to get him down. Like we said, taking 3 defenders. Butters having a good day. Rogers as well, the 2 top receiving players there for either squad. Now we see a man in motion. That's Butters once more. Here's McAllister, gonna throw, puts it up there, coming down with it. It's a touchdown for Marley Cush as he runs it into the end zone.
Yeah, the newly acquired Marley Cush getting getting a touchdown to the Patriots to lead.
And you can see, I think that's just one of those things, Nick, that Cannon McAllister had confidence in his receivers. He throws that one up there, and sometimes you just got to give him a chance to go up and get it. And Marley Cush does just that. New England takes the lead here. So it's Brody Pierre on to attempt the extra point. Here's the kick. It's up, and it's good. 21-14, 3 plays, 76 yards, 1 minute and 9 seconds now remaining. Or I should say 1 minute and 9 seconds on that drive, which leaves a remaining 2 minutes and 44 seconds in this first half. And it's really interesting. That camera view you had just a minute ago there, Nick, you've seen, the field looked a little more clear, but you pan out a little bit and you see this fog that's setting in. It's hard to cut through the snow, and I got to imagine that visibility as well, if not on the field level, is starting to get difficult for some of these players. For example, throwing the football through the air. It's starting to get very thick and very foggy in here mixed with the snow.
Yeah, you bring up a great point, Cameron.
As the ball is now placed on the 23-yard line. 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining for Prince Wonder here, who is going to have an opportunity to take his team right back down the field and do the very same thing New England did with plenty of time to work with. But they give it off to the halfback. That's done up the middle. Doesn't get much Vrabel with the stop. It's a loss of 1.
Yeah, the defense got past the O-line to just drop him for a loss.
Really good penetration there. As you see, Wonder gonna throw. It's complete on a curl route. That's Santiago Jaquez, who gets close to the sticks for the first down. Jaquez up to 33 yards on the day.
Yeah. 2 receivers doing all they can to try to keep them in this game.
We've reached the 2-minute warning. New England leads San Francisco 21-14. You're watching the AFA on YouTube. Cameron and Nick here on the call here in snowy Foxborough. New England, it's 3rd and inches. Matthew Rogers in motion. Big play coming here. Dunn turns sideways, gets real skinny there, and fits his way into a tight hole and picks up the first down before being tackled.
Yeah, he found a gap between two O linemen, just took it through there to get the first.
And the clock's still running. Minute 40. Dunn again with the carry. Barely gets past the line of scrimmage. And you'll see, Nick, the reason that clock continuing to run, they don't want to leave any time on the clock for the Patriots to possibly take advantage of.
Yeah. They've seen quick drives that lead into touchdowns, so they don't want to risk that again.
That's exactly right. And the Patriots don't need too much time to score, as you've seen on that previous drive. Wonder to throw complete as he's finding Santiago Jaquez, who quickly gets up, and they signal for a timeout. Again, you had mentioned that receiving duo. There's another great stat between the two, 89 yards and a touchdown for Rogers. Jaquez now close to 50 yards on the day. 1:09 remaining here in the first half. Wonder going to throw. It's tipped, almost intercepted. As you've seen him try to take that second and third effort by Trey Ingram, he almost had that football in his hands. So, Nick, you see, I mean, that I was going to actually ask you, the weather probably playing a little bit of a factor in that, him being able to bring that football in as he tipped it up in the air twice.
Yeah. And then someone else tipped it too, so there was 3 tips in the air.
It's a good eye, indeed. Good job seeing that cutting through the snow here. 2nd and 10, minute left and some change here. Here's the throw, lofts it up, but he's got a man. That's Rogers again with a step ahead of Ty Law, and that is a 1st and 10 here. We go no huddle, quickly back to the line, trying to preserve a timeout or two. They run it. Dunn gets to the line of scrimmage. The clock still moving, 2nd and 10. 2 receivers to the left. They go back to Dunn, trying to move to the right side of the formation. Still doesn't get much, maybe a yard. 3rd and 9, they're content to try to drain as much clock as possible. 25 seconds and counting here. In the second quarter, Wonder throwing, tipped, and complete. It's 4th and 9. 2 run plays. Got to make you wonder about those decisions, Nick. 2 run plays that put them in a quick 3rd down. It's the only chance they really had to go for the end zone.
Yeah. But they will bring on the kicker to try to cut into this lead.
Yeah, they hopefully right here will not be able to lose any momentum. Oh, and the kick is no good. I think maybe the wind got a hold of it. Dan Dempsey there. That's hooked wide right. And unfortunately, the 49ers will not be able to come away with any points on that drive that looked so good.
Yeah. I thought that was good until the very last second.
Yeah, you got to wonder if, again, the weather playing a factor in this. Either way, though, the Patriots get off lucky. It's 21-14, and now will McAllister try to do anything? He does step up in the pocket and take off, picks up 4. I believe that's going to be the last play of the first half, Nick.
Yep.
And we'll go to the locker rooms for the halftime report. You're watching the AFA right here on YouTube. Let's welcome you into our halftime studios. Cameron and Nick here on the call today. Nick, give me your thoughts. We've got some big announcements to make, which we're about to do, folks. But quickly, Nick, give me your thoughts on that first half.
Great first half for both teams. It is a great game still. 14-21. They've been for the Patriots, they've been equally passing and running the ball, and then the Niners are more pass heavy in the snow, but they have the exact same amount of yards, and the Niners have been making longer drives. But
That's exactly
great job
right.
on the day for both teams.
Indeed. So what we will do is we'll transition now. You'll get to see some of the snapshots of the half. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and talk about some of these exciting changes coming to the AFA that you kind of alluded to, Nick. Of course, we mentioned two expansion teams coming into the fold. We mentioned Dallas and Pittsburgh. They're going to be joining the AFA in season 2, as well as, get this, folks, the off season going to be exciting. We're going to have a Pro Bowl to look at, as well as an expansion draft. The Pro Bowl going to be a little bit different than Pro Bowls of the past that you're used to. What we are going to be doing is the Commissioner Brady White is looking for two people who would like to be in a Pro Bowl style draft to run the two teams. So we're going to need two coaches, two users here in the AFA Discord server to step up and be the leaders for both of these teams to manage for the upcoming Pro Bowl, as well as we will have with the excitement of the Evan Lacey Trophy that's coming up. A very special cause. We'll certainly touch on that. If you would like to know more about that, you can reach out to Brady White in the Discord server, as that is the official name of the AFA Championship, the Evan Lacey Trophy. So much to be excited about. The off-season Pro Bowl, then the expansion draft. If you have anybody interested in joining the AFA, reach out to Commissioner Brady White in our Discord server. Also, if you're interested in even changing positions, that is something that you will also maybe want to keep in mind as well. There's a possibility to do that also. Lots coming after the final whistle of season 1 here in the AFA. We start this third quarter with a kick. The Patriots will get the ball already with a 7-point lead. Here comes the return past the 20 out to the 24-yard line. If you're the Patriots, Nick, do you change what you're doing here? Or you certainly don't want to go too conservative, but do you change anything with how your offense is being run right now?
Well, they're running equal on both, and they have the lead. I don't really know. Until they're down, I don't really know if they should change anything.
With the opportunity, we've seen a fantastic drive out of them to end that second quarter. There's one of the main reasons for it. Number 88, Jebediah Butters, who goes in motion. Here's a toss play right side to Thaddeus Bubba Rigg, blocking again. Great blocking out front. You've seen Kool-Aid throwing a block there, and the big man Bubba Rigg goes for a first down and then some.
Yeah, like we've been preaching this entire game. Great O-line blocking leads to great plays.
I don't know if you had a chance to see in that replay or not, but Jebediah Butters, who was on his way, number 88, to throw a block, he actually slipped in the snow, lost his footing. That's something we need to keep an eye out for, as that may be something that rears its head as we go on here. McAllister throwing over the middle. What a dart. And now pulling away once again. It's Marley Cush for the touchdown, his second of the day. It's now a 2-score lead for the Patriots.
Yeah. Niners thought run, it was pass, and there was nobody there to stop them.
You had Lassiter, safety, trying to come over and help Prince Wonder in coverage, but McAllister throwing just an absolute dart. And the main thing, in stride. Marley Cush did not have to even slow up. Didn't even have to pump the brakes. Kept trucking. And it's now, just like that, a 2-touchdown lead for the New England Patriots as Brody Pierre is on to attempt the extra point. And it is good. And that even makes that missed field goal by the 49ers kicker, Dan Dempsey, even hurt that much more.
Yeah. Because instead of it being an 11-point game, it's 14 now.
And a total of 2 touchdowns needed to tie the Patriots. Although 7:20 remaining in the third, there's still plenty of football left to play, but I think you and I would both agree that the Patriots going to have to come out with a big drive here and tack on some points. Yaki Soba brings the ball back out, and they'll start from their 26-yard line.
Yep. Great blocking on the return gets them decent field position.
First and 10, San Francisco.
Rodgers, you see, certainly the player of the game up to this point, 116 yards on just 5 receptions. Here's 2 receivers to the left, one to the right of Prince Wonder. The lefty drops back. He's going to now try to step up, and he gets sacked. As they get to him, that's Doc McStuffins. He stuffed the line and comes up with the sack.
Yeah, Doc McStuffins has not really been mentioned this year. I was glad to see he's stepping up in playoff game.
And then you mentioned it earlier, this is a time when people come out to make big plays and big names for themselves. There's another Kobe Flowers, one of the newest additions to the 49ers. He gets the grab and runs for the first down. And that was a tight window there, Nick.
Yeah, great window, great catch, great throw, great everything.
Ball at the 49ers, 42-yard line.
Ball out to the 42 now. Here is Prince Wonder. Going to throw this pressure in his face, and he floats it over for Rodgers. And once again, it's a foot race. Oh, Harrison gets him down at around the 10-yard line. It'll be first and goal. But Matthew Rodgers continues his incredible season here in the postseason.
Yeah, it was great. He just lofted it up right for Matthew Rodgers. And now they're knocking on the goal line.
Yeah, that was
First and goal.
6 receptions on the day now for the Rodgers for 167 yards. I was going to say that's going to start inching him closer to 200 on the day. Look at this run into the end zone. Trunan Dunn, great blocking out front, and he is tackled around the knees but stretches for the goal line. It's a touchdown for the 49ers.
Yeah, that was a quick drive too. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the score got like 50-something, 50-something.
The way that they're moving right now, that's a very good possibility. When it started to feel like these defenses were starting to kind of settle in, that certainly doesn't seem to be the case for the moment. Dempsey's extra point is good. It's now a 1-touchdown game. New England leading San Fran after that 4-play, 74-yard drive. And I got to tell you, I am so impressed, Nick, with just how improved the adjustments that this 49ers team has made to start this AFA round 1 of the playoffs.
Yeah. They said, we need bigger pass plays to our biggest playmaker of the game so far. Got it done. And now he's getting up there to 200 yards.
Indeed, and then they let Trunan Dunn do the rest on that carry. It's first and 10, ball on the 25-yard line, 5:55 remaining in the third. The winner, a chance to go to the AFA Championship game and play for the Evan Lacey Trophy. Can you believe it? It's coming up soon, and one of these two teams wants to have a spot in it. Kool-Aid, the man in motion. Here's Wonder, going to drop back, almost throws the interception. Prince Wonder was right there, as that was Connor McAllister with unfortunately, a wayward pass there at 2nd and 10.
Yeah, the snow right now is affecting Cannon's vision, so maybe they want to start running the ball because the on-field awareness with Bubba Rig and the Big Stepper is high up.
Absolutely. Here once more is Bubba Rig. Just as you mentioned, you called his name, and there he is. He gets 4 on 2nd down. 3rd and 6, you about expect him to have to go to the air on this one.
I mean, if he got 4 there, he could get like 2 more and get 6.
That's quite possible. That's a good point indeed. Now you see, though, the Big Stepper kind of in an offset formation in the backfield. Here's McAllister. Throws to the sidelines. He had his man in Jebediah Butters, but they could not connect. Just a little off timing there. It's 4th and 6. The Patriots will have to punt this away to a 49ers team that's starting to get a little bit of momentum in them.
Yeah.
Number 24 to make the return.
Good hang time here on this punt. As that one pushes the 49ers back on the return, they get out to the 37. Good job of the special teams there for New England. the Niners will take over, as that was Yaki Soba on the return.
Yeah, great return.
10 San Francisco.
Yeah, 5 on the after catching it. So he's setting up Prince Wonder with an easier field to go down.
Here's Wonder, looking for a big play, starts off going for his man. About 3 Patriot defenders. They have him now triple teamed, as a matter of fact, Nick, and they're still throwing to him. Still doing pretty well, too. This time, though, the defense gets the better of it.
Yeah, on that side they're 6-4-9, so they're starting to come down because they did open the game, going 5 for 5 on that side.
2nd and 10. Ball at the 49ers, 37-yard line.
.507 remaining. Here's Wonder to throw. It's incomplete. Good defense right there. That was Joey Cronin. We haven't heard much out of him today, but Cronin did a good job right there, Nick, to hit the receiver. Perfect timing. Not too early to draw the interference, and he knocks the ball loose. Third and 10 with 5:03 remaining here in this third quarter. Quick moving game, huh? Wonder gonna throw. This time he connects to Rodgers. And again, I'm counting up to 4 blue jerseys around him. And Wonder still able to fit that football in there.
Yeah, great awareness by Wonder there. Just throw it in right where there were, 4 or 5 blue jerseys in the area.
1st and 10.
Rodgers, 7 receptions, 184 yards. You always know in playoff football somebody is going to step up and be an all-star here. It looks to me like it may be Rodgers in this one. That pass again intended for him. It's Trayvon Austin who makes the deflection, and it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that's the first time we're calling Trayvon's name today. Surprised he hasn't got any more attention.
10. Ball at the 46.
I think you actually made the point earlier that they were going to the side of the field that Rodgers is on, which is, for the most part, been opposite of Trayvon Austin. Been kind of a quiet day for him up to that point. Now, though, Wonder going to go left again. This pass tipped, almost intercepted. Oh, that was close as a Patriot defender tried to snag it before it hit the ground. That brings up 3rd and long here for San Fran.
Yeah. The last time it was 3rd and long, they got a good play, so maybe they'll keep the chains moving here.
Now, 3rd and 10, going to roll out. Wonder going to throw back left into a pile of Patriot defenders. Somewhere down there was the tight end, Jay Ballmer. He can't come up with it. I don't like that decision, or at least throwing in that direction on 3rd and 10. The 49ers will have to punt, Nick.
Yeah, I don't know why you're throwing into a group of 6 or 7 Patriots defenders, but sure, you try it.
I think you could see the frustration as well on Prince Wonder's, on his face, on his expressions as he was going towards the sideline, the frustration. Good punt, and the Niners are able to pin the Patriots back at the 18-yard line, so not ideal field position here for the New England Patriots. Already up 28-21, 4:17 left in the third. Again, as we said, a chance for the AFA championship on the line. For a chance to go play in the one game everybody fights to be in here. That pass incomplete, intended for Jebediah Butters. Great defense by Josh Pontenod.
Number 51 with the coverage.
Yeah, like you were saying, great defense. Now it's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. Ball at the Patriots, 18.
Still the Patriots on the 18-yard line. Got a 4-man front on the 49ers. Here is McAllister. Going to throw, try wide receiver screen, sets it up, and I thought for a moment the big stepper was going to shimmy out of that tackle, but that's a good open field grab. Only a couple of yards gain. It's 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. Ball at the Patriots, 23-yard line.
Taking a look at Cannon McAllister's stats. Third down. Picking up the first. That's Jebediah Butters on a hitch route. He's been good at those all season long. McAllister finds his number one man.
Yep. But going back to McAllister's stats, I think Matthew Rogers has more yards than McAllister.
Yeah, I definitely do. I think that Rogers has, certainly racked up the receiving yards, and like you said, outpacing even the quarterback here of New England. 1st and 10. Play clock down to 9 before they snap it. They throw down the seam. That's tipped and deflected away. Excellent coverage down the middle by the 49ers.
Yeah, he could have got his hands on that if it was like a regular weather game.
Patriots 29-yard line.
Playoff football has a history of making things interesting here in the Boston area, as you football fans may know. Here's McAllister going a deep drop back and has his man. What a reception. Jebediah Butters brings that one in, and what a throw by Cannon McAllister.
He's just passed 200 passing yards on the day.
He certainly did, and a great arm, a great shot. There's a great strike down the left side there. They're going again for Butters, but it's off his hands, tipped up in the air by Storm Duck, and it's incomplete.
Second and 10 with 2 minutes left.
44-yard line.
This game seems to just be moving at a really quick pace here as Armani Lassiter moves out there in coverage. I think he has Butters throwing middle of the field. Again, another tipped contested football.
Number 99.
And again, Prince Wonder right at the scene of the crime. So a 3rd and long now for what's been a good drive for the Patriots, but it is at threat of stalling out here, Nick.
Ball at
Yeah.
44-yard line.
McAllister with a good pocket, unloads and throws the interception. It's been coming all day. Here's Armani Lassiter, gets the ball back out to midfield, and you know what, Nick? This is going to give the 49ers that burst of life they need. It keeps them in this game. This drive had the potential to maybe even in this weather put them away, but McAllister throws the big mistake.
Yeah, he got the nice tackle on the previous play, and then just jumps the route and gets the pick. So now it will set up Prince Wonder at midfield.
And you see Armani Lassiter had to go up high to bring that one in. We had talked about McAllister maybe getting a little too risky on some of those throws. Wonder right back. Here's Rogers as if he needs more yards to the stats truck. And another touchdown for the 49ers. All it took was one play, Nick. And just like that, they make the Patriots pay.
Yeah, 24 in coverage, dives to try to tackle him, but he just ran that. That was another big touchdown. 50 yards on that one.
Matthew Rogers is literally, and I truly mean this, 8 passes today, 234 yards. He is becoming a postseason legend in one game here in the AFA. Now this game all tied up at 28. Like we said, one play, 50 yards. And Matthew Rogers, if they can't stop him, it's going to be a long day for New England. Again, we're all tied up, 2:19 remaining in the third quarter with a chance to go play for the American Football Association Championship, to go play for the Evan Lacey Trophy. It's on the line. We've got a return here out to the 25-yard line. So what do you tell Cannon McAllister, your young hotshot quarterback here, Nick? Do you just tell him to shake it off and try to throw a little more safe?
I'll tell him don't throw the ball. Run it with the big stepper. 6 rushes for 88 yards on the day.
You know, that is a good point. For whatever reason, they did choose to abandon that rushing attack as they got past midfield. Maybe got a little too aggressive. 49ers stacked the line. McAllister going to keep it in the air. It's behind his intended target, Jebediah Butters. Kool-Aid was in the vicinity too.
With the coverage.
How about this chart here, Nick?
I mean, on the outside, he's doing pretty good, but up the middle, he's like 2 for 7.
Ball at the Patriots.
I would say stop throwing it up the middle.
The sidelines have certainly been McAllister's friend up to this point. Down the seam is where they had that big turnover. McAllister throws into a pile again. I thought it was going to be another interception. Patriots get lucky that Storm Duck wasn't able to bring that one down. Lassiter was there. Prince Wonder was there. It's 3rd and 10.
McAllister, stop throwing the ball.
Ball at the Patriots. 25-yard line.
Just run. We need runs.
And one thing it's doing, stops the clock.
Yeah.
McAllister gonna throw again though, and he's off his mark. Marley Cush, and I don't know. I'm not sure about the. Like you said, they're not running the ball. They're throwing it. The clock is really not. It's kind of virtually stopped moving, and the Patriots having to punt this one away. Going to have to try to regroup here and change some things. The 49ers now with a real chance here to pull ahead in this one if they get a great drive going here. As this one is fielded, returned close to midfield, the 49ers will start at their 44-yard line.
Yeah, like you were saying, if they get a good drive going, you could take the lead.
1st and 10, San Francisco.
So we'll see what happens here. The 49ers in the best position that they have been. Wouldn't that be something? They come into this game below 500, but with a chance in the playoffs here to get to the AFA Championship. Truman Dunn, they give it to him. He gets up the middle, picks up a yard. Robinson brings him down.
2nd and 8. Ball at the 49ers. 45-yard line.
Yeah, the Niners have really been controlling the ball today with 46 plays.
It's been a good day for the 49ers. Like I said, uncharacteristically good as Truna Dunn runs for a few more. It's 3rd and 5. Like I said, in this game, coming in, the 49ers were 4 of 6. And one thing they had going for them, though, Nick, is the fact that they were better away than at home. They were 1 and 4 at home, 3 and 2 away. Look at this again, finding Rodgers. How in the world did Prince Wonder fit that football in there?
I don't know. I thought that was in the DB's hands, but then I blinked for a second and Matthew Rogers with the football on the ground.
Maybe that needs to be the new slogan for the AFA. Don't blink. Things can change in a blink of an eye, literally. Truman Dunn goes out wide. Now empty set. Here's a throw. Rodgers again. 8-yard gain. The stats keep piling up.
57 with the tackle.
As we can see here, Prince Wonder is 100% better than McAllister right now.
2nd and 1.
McAllister's overall percentages certainly took a huge drop due to the past couple of series where they've just incessantly thrown the football without stopping. That pass complete, a little safe drop off. Does get them the first down. And guess what, Nick? We're headed to quarter number 4. As I like to say here, folks, get your 4s up in the chat. One team is going to play for the Evan Lacey Trophy. Will it be the 49ers? Will it be the Patriots? We're tied up at 28. You're watching the AFA on YouTube. Cameron Duty here with you, with my buddy Nick, as well as big thanks to Brady White, the general manager of the AFA, and all the staff here for the broadcast team, making sure this thing gets on the air for you. Here's a throw. It's a lateral throw to the halfback, or to the fullback rather, Evan Lacey, who only gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Evan Lacey, just like the Evan Lacey trophy that will be handing out soon.
That's exactly right. They're going to say that Lacey got 1 yard, so that does bring up 2nd and 9. The ball is inside the 30. Santiago Jaquez goes in motion. Wonder throws. That is our first penalty of the day. We'll see what the call is here. And they get him for an eligible receiver. An illegal touching of the forward pass. That was the big offensive lineman. Comes in contact with that pass. It's a 5-yard loss. That could really hurt this drive here, Nick.
Yeah. Because now it's 2nd and 14. I don't know. If I was the Patriots, I would have declined that because then it would be 3rd down.
That's true. They give him a chance to do it over again on 2nd down. And look at that. You're exactly right. And by doing so, doing the play over again, Wonder's able to connect with Santiago Jaquez. Good point there.
Yep. Now Prince Wonder and the Niners are in the red zone once again. Knocking on
Sure.
their...
You're right. You're so right about that. Had they just declined it, it was a strategy call there. You can decline it and go put them in 3rd down. Maybe they don't get a chance to go deep again. It's 1st and goal. Wonder to the end zone. It's broken up by Trayvon Austin. Incomplete.
That's the 2nd time he's been called, so... And they were both in the 2nd half, so maybe they're starting to realize maybe they can try to hit Matthew Rogers over Trayvon. Trayvon's saying no right now.
4-man front. Here is a give up the middle. Truna Dunn just churns the legs, continues to fight. Gets about 3 on the carry. It's 3rd and goal. I tell you what, if you are the 49ers, you want to desperately punch this football in. You don't want to just settle for a field goal here. So it's 3rd and goal. Here is Santiago Jaquez. Goes in motion. Right side. 2 receivers at the top of your screen. Will Wonder look that way? He does. Throws. It's batted down. Batted down at the last minute by Law. Ty Law with the big swat down. You'll see it here in the replay, Nick.
Yeah. He's like, I'm not letting Matthew Rogers get another darn touchdown.
You know, you're exactly right. The best part of it was he had kind of overrun the route. If he hadn't got that hand behind him to knock that loose, that was all it took for the opportunity to disrupt Matthew Rogers, who doesn't come down with it. That's a huge play. We'll see how that plays out. The kick by Dan Dempsey is good from the left hash mark. And the 49ers take a 31-28 lead with 6:18 left in the game, Nick.
Maybe the New England, after going down now, maybe they'll switch back to their run.
Number 10, kicking off.
You know, you make such a good point in the fact that you have Thaddeus Bubba Rigg, you've got the Big Stepper, you've got Mac Jackson, all in your backfield that you can use in your arsenal, and they have just about abandoned the run this 2nd half, and, well, quite frankly, we see how it's not really worked for them.
Right.
McAllister, 11-24 now as they've went pass heavy in this 2nd half. They do go back to the ground with Bubba Rigg. The big man bounces to the 30. They'll give him a 3-yard pickup.
With the tackle. Second and 6.
Inside of 6 minutes in this game. Like we said, a trip to play for the Evan Lacey Trophy on the line for one of these two teams. Later on, you will see the Giants and the Raiders. One of the two teams will have a chance for them as well as Bubba Rigg just gets back to the line. That's Lassiter with the tackle. Here's a 3rd and 7. Nick, this New England offense has gotten stagnant all of a sudden.
Yeah, in the run and pass, the 2nd half hasn't been great, minus that 1 play touchdown we saw earlier.
Split backs for McAllister. He's going to drop back. They know he's going to throw. It's a great grab by Marley Cush, who had to outstretch his arms. Cush has had a big day today, and he makes, literally, in my opinion, Nick, he makes this drive continue for the Patriots.
Yeah. Probably one of the biggest plays of the game for New England.
I would
Now
agree.
the clock is moving, the chains are moving, everything's moving, and now the New England Patriots are seeing life.
Inside of 5 minutes here for the Patriots. And like we said, a trip to the championship game is at stake. Here's a handoff with the big stepper. 1 man, 2 men miss him. He must be slick out there in the snow. Gets out to the 35-yard line. Oh, well of a run by the big stepper. That's why you don't go away from him.
Yeah, that's what we're preaching at halftime. Keep running the ball because that's what he could do. He can just make people miss going down that field.
And that puts the big stepper over 100 yards, and you are exactly right, Nick. Most of those yards, he got those in the first half. He's been quiet so far in this game. Oh, look at Thaddeus Bubba Rig. Bounces to the left side. It's a foot race down to about the 10-yard line. Yes, it's 1st and goal for New England.
What did I tell you, Cam? What did I say? Keep running the ball.
Listen, you told me exactly, and that's why I asked you the question. That's why you're here in the booth, brother, with an opportunity to call this game as you see it. And you are right on that indeed. Great insight, only the best here at the AFA. Kool-Aid going in motion. The Patriots now with a chance to go for the lead. They run it again. The big stepper picks up another good 4 or 5 yards. It's 2nd and goal, but they're getting close, Nick.
Touchdown takes the lead. Field goal ties it. England does here.
This has been an incredible game. I formation here. 2nd and goal. 49ers have stacked the line. Man in motion. End zone touchdown. Drops it off over the middle to one of his big receivers there. That's Watson, his tight end, who comes off the bench. And he gets the touchdown that puts New England up front.
A great route by New England there. It's the tight end literally on a drag route across the middle where Alistair can find him and throw him the ball.
Certainly the 49ers was looking for Kool-Aid and Marley Cush and Jebediah Butters, maybe looking for McAllister to go to the corner of the end zone because we have seen that so much in this game. Instead, they do the drag route over the middle, just as you said, Nick. The extra point by Pierre is good. It's 35-31 with 3:25 remaining in this snow globe here in New England. Plenty of time, though, for the 49ers, and they've been dangerous all game long. Here is Yakisoba with the return out to the 30. All right, so tighten those seatbelts up here, Nick. For the 49ers, it's go time.
Yeah. The game is go time. There's only 3 minutes left.
1st and 10, San Francisco.
But you got to be really careful here, though, don't you? If you can move the ball down the field, you sure don't want to give New England any or a lot of time left to work with. So the 49ers are going to have to play their cards right here. They keep it on the ground on the first play, and Dunn picks up maybe 2, 2nd and 8. Give us a look at this chart here, Nick.
So, it's glitched, so I can only see the middle and the one side. But, been doing pretty great up the middle, so.
2nd and 7. Ball at the 49ers.
So 2nd and 8. 3 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Wonder gonna throw off the hands of Matthew Rogers. Incomplete. The New England defense tightening up when they have to.
Yeah, it looks like the defensive coordinator made a switch because that's Trayvon Austin on Matthew Rogers now.
That's right. Playing tight man coverage. 3rd and 8. Two huge plays right here coming up for San Francisco. Wonder rolls out to the right, or to his left, rather, excuse me, and throws for Matthew Rogers, and it's short. It's 4th and 8. Now, do you go for it or do you punt it here?
Oh, it's a 4-point game, 2:52. I would punt because of how far they're into New England territory. Because if
Yeah.
you don't get it, then McAllister has an easy opportunity to go score.
Well, that's exactly what they're going to do. They've got 3 timeouts. They're going to hope that they can stop the Patriots and get it back here. That ball, a good punt on it, returned out to the 37. The scary part is that for San Francisco, you have that worry in the back of your head. Did we just see the football for the very last time in our season? It's up to their defense to make enough stops to get it back. 1st and 10, ball on the 37-yard line for New England. 2:42 remaining in the 4th. Here is Thaddeus Bubba-Rig. Now they're going to let the ground game start to. It's a Niner, Nick.
Yeah, I would just let the ground game keep going because for one, it doesn't stop the clock. 2, it's been very effective this game so far, and you just keep the clock moving and get out of here.
2nd and 1. Bubba-Rig once more. He gets the first. This will take it down to the 2-minute warning. The 49ers still holding onto all 3 timeouts. There is anticipation here in Foxborough. Hey, there's one team from New England that's made it to the big game. Another looking to do the same here in the American Football Association. They're 2 minutes away. You're watching the AFA on YouTube. Cameron and Nick here on the call on this snowy evening here in Foxborough. 2 minutes away from a spot in the AFA Championship are the Patriots. They give the Bubba-Rig. Gets about 2 yards before he is dragged down around the knees, and you see Josh Pottenod, the middle linebacker, trying to call a timeout.
Yeah, because now they want to use their timeouts because it's after the 2-minute warning, so there's only 2 more clock stoppages in the game.
2nd and 8. Run by the big stepper. He's going to get close to this first down. Oh, it's going to be 2 yards short. The season about to come down to this. A second timeout called for the 49ers.
Yeah, I think if you get a first down, the game might as well just be over.
Yeah, it won't look good for San Francisco if they can't get the stop here, and they will not. The big stepper, all kinds of yards. They do push him down in bounds. 49ers will have to call their 3rd and final timeout. And Nick, although it's not official, it feels like the Patriots may have just punched their ticket to the AFA Championship.
Yeah. Alistair is 1 game away from that Evan Lacey trophy.
What a huge run. And you, my friend, were spot on in what it took for them on that final scoring drive to win this game. Go back to the run, let the big men up front push the pile, and let the backs do their work. McAllister, much better with a balanced running game, and you've seen it there as he was able to then pass to Watson for the go-ahead touchdown. The defense does their job. The 49ers, unfortunately, at the worst time of the day, have their worst drive of the day. They have to punt it away in hopes that their defense can get the ball back. And the Patriots, again, rely on that rushing attack, as you mentioned, Nick, to take them to the first ever American Football Association championship game.
Yep. It was a very great game to work with Cameron here today.
You as well, my friend. Hopefully the first of many more to come. Excited, of course, to have you in the booth for this exciting time of the season, the playoffs, where anything can happen. And let's give an attaboy to the San Francisco 49ers, who at times in this season, they looked lost. They got it together with great adjustments, and they come in here to a snowy New England. You mentioned it earlier. They're a West Coast team, probably not too familiar with this winter weather here, but they play just about as good as anybody could play in these conditions. They almost took the victory. But for the New England Patriots, they have one more game, one more checkbox to mark, and that is going to be as AFA champions. They have a chance to do it, and now all we got to figure out is whether it'll be New York or Oakland that'll join them. New England moves on to the championship game. Your final thoughts, Nick?
I've said it before and I'll say it again. That rushing attack by the New England Patriots are the reason they won this game.
Yeah, you are exactly right.
So it looks like passing yards, because passing yards it's like 16 more. But no, when it was time for the big plays, it was the running backs, Thaddeus Bubberig and the Big Stepper, who got it done.
They took over at the end of this game, and they made all the difference. You're exactly right. Again, a great attaboy to San Francisco. And, for one, Matthew Rogers, who 250 yards and 2 touchdowns, an incredible day. He certainly made a name for himself, a game to remember, even though the outcome will not be what he, as he would have hoped it would have been, what he expected it to be. But still, a fantastic day indeed. Now, like we said, one team left to punch their ticket to the AFA Championship. But as we look at our final stats here, we'll get ready and look at our player of the game. So before we see who officially is called the player of the game, do you have any thoughts who you would give it to, Nick?
So, if they give it to a losing player, it is 100% Matthew Rogers. But if they only give it to winning players, probably Thaddeus Bubberig.
Yeah, Bubba Rig had a big day, and of course you got Kool-Aid and Marley Cush, who had great days through the air. McAllister with 4 touchdowns. He did have the 1 interception, but let's see who it is. The player of the game, and it's going to go to Cannon McAllister for his 4 touchdowns, Nick, and an incredible game. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for enjoying this product with us just as much as we have. Until next time, folks, New England's going to the championship. For my buddy Nick, I'm Cameron Duty. I will see you next time. Take care of yourselves. You've been watching the AFA on YouTube. Have a good night. Again, congratulations to the Patriots.